Well, okay, here we are. We've completed 1,600 miles. Neat little blaze there. Some sights along the way. You know, not every day is full of just great things to look at. Sometimes it's just green, but this was a nice morning. Had some really nice views. This was late in the evening, waiting on top of a fire tower for sundown. And it turned out to be a pretty decent sundown, really. It was really pretty. A little windy, a little cold, but it was worth the wait. We just hung out and waited it out. So the next day we headed towards Stratton Pond, which is one of the prettier views, that Vermont has. We got a little trail magic here. You got the Glastonbury or Stratton Mountain fire tower. Some incredible views there. You can see we had a really nice day. From Stratton Pond, we headed over to... This is the Stratton Pond shelter. We tented near there. Here's Stratton Pond this morning. It was beautiful, nice and calm. A couple little sights along the way. One or two viewpoints we had. And we came across this bridge and a nice stream. We shot a little video of that. Overall today was a pretty easy walk. We only walked about 12.9, I think. And resupplied, got cleaned up. Good evening. June 29th. About 7:15, starting to kind of get dusky. We're headed up Bromley Mountain. We just resupplied in Manchester Center. Really nice little town. About a 2-mile hike. We get to the shelter for the night. You can see over my shoulder there, I'm carrying an extra 3 liters of water. Total, I've got about 4.5 liters, 4 3/4 on me. That'll get us through tonight. And the better part of the morning, there's no water for about 7 or 8 miles until we get to the next water source. So, got enough water to have my coffee in the morning and to stay hydrated. So we'll check in with you tomorrow. On this day we had great weather. You can see it's nice and sunny, hardly a cloud in the sky. Great views, great color, pretty good architecture around. We ended up at Little Rock Pond that night. Went from Little Rock Pond to Clarendon Shelter. That's Little Rock Pond in the morning. It's incredible. Good morning, everybody. It is July 1st. Who would have thought we'd made it this far, right? But the time has gone by pretty quick. We just Little Rock Pond where we spent the night. It was a really neat campsite. Next to a nice little lake up here in the... I don't even think we're in the mountains right now. I think we're just in the hills, but we're headed to Clarendon Shelter tonight. It's only about a 13.5 mile trip today, but we kind of struggling with putting in miles all day or stopping at places and enjoying it. And I think today's going to be one of those stop and enjoy days. It's one of the rock gardens we came across. This is Clarendon Gorge. It's a pretty tame river right now. Last year when we were here, it was considerably higher than this, but a nice suspension bridge. Beautiful little area, really. After this, we made a fairly significant climb. It was pretty much straight up. Here's a view from the bridge. You can see it's flowing decently, but again, last year when we were here doing the long trail, it was ripping through there pretty good. Here's that climb.
Well, here we are, folks, the end of July 1st. We're less than a mile from our shelter for the night, but as you can see, a little bit of an obstacle in our way called a hill. And when they made this trail back in, well, the early 1900s, really, they went straight up this draw. It's about a 500-foot, 561 feet pop, in a little less than a mile. So, gotta go for a fall. See you at the top. Some of the same ascent, and as you can see, not even on the moderate ranges, it's just a hard ascent. And we'll be up here in a minute and hopefully level off for about a half mile and catch my breath before we hit the shelter. Just some more of the diversity of the forest. The nice, beautiful pine grove here. Been walking in some pretty dense stuff up to this point today, and you just never know what's around the next corner and what you're going to see. And that's, I guess, part of the excitement of the trail is never knowing what the next minute's going to hold. So we'll check in with you later. Well, here we are, almost to the top of Killington, about 0.1 left. Hopefully the video shows how steep this is. It's probably as vertical as we've climbed so far. Video and pictures never pay it justice, but we're making big gains real quick.
This is our view from the top of Killington. You can see we had a really good day. Nice, partly cloudy, a little bit windy, but it wasn't really that bad.
All right, so one of the questions we have is where do we sleep? This is kind of a luxury. These platforms, we have to get kind of creative to make our tent work, but we take sticks, put it under there, and use that to brace it. Pull tension on it, it holds pretty good. But these platforms are nice. They're generally fairly level. They don't have to worry about sticks and whatnot poking a hole, and they're actually pretty comfortable. This is our 4th night, I think, on platform, so it's been pretty nice.
Here's our sunset on top of Killington. It was windy and cool, but it was really beautiful. The views up here are pretty remarkable. It's the 2nd highest peak in Vermont. It's the highest peak in Vermont on the AT, so there's sunset from our tent.
Good morning, July 3rd, and we're headed towards the inn at the Long Trail to take a much needed day off. Came across this sinkhole. It's marked on the map. There's supposed to be several in this area.
Little bread pudding dessert one night. Here's a 4-day supply of food for both of us, and we're ready to roll.
So,
Until next time,
ramble on.